governments to experiment.
Excuse me.
All right.
I'll live. Sorry.
We want governments to experiment, but when we then blame our leaders when they can't perfectly predict whether the things they promise will happen. Prototyping can break this logjam. Our next speaker is actually, I just learned on Twitter, spending her last day with us as the product manager of Service Canada Labs. Service Canada Labs is a prototyping user research and testing site in Canada's Employment and Social Development Division. It's its first of its kind in the Canadian government, built on user-focused models, design thinking, and agile product delivery. Here to talk about creating a place for experimentation is Yael Berger. Welcome, Yael. It's great to see you.
Thanks, Rebecca. Thanks
I saw your tweet. I also put a blazer on for the first time since the pandemic on Tuesday when we kicked this thing off. So I'm with you.
It feels good, doesn't it? And thanks, Rebecca, for that warm welcome. And it's great to be following Mark Schwartz. Service Canada Labs actually also uses Amazon Web Services. And I think you'll find some of the themes that Mark chatted about just previously come up again in my talk too. So it's great to be here. And I want to acknowledge before I get started that I'm joining this conference today from Gatineau, Quebec, and that these lands are part of the traditional unceded territory of the Anishinaabe people. And I am Yael Berger. I'm the product manager for one last day for Service Canada Labs. And I'm going to talk today about why we built a platform for prototyping and user research at Service Canada. So you might have noticed the little cat there in the corner that was pushing the cat from Hello Kitty. And unlike Pusheen, I don't just hang about all day, eating and blogging and going on adventures. The Service Canada Labs team has had a really busy year, and we were created to support the digital experience and client data team at Service Canada, which needed a place to test and prototype during the exploration stages of their work. So we've been busy building this platform. And digital government is about the people we serve. It's not really just about the technology at all. And so working for the people we serve means engaging with them across Canada, learning about their needs and experiences, and meeting them where they're at. This means we need to bring our work out into the open. We need to design, code, and test, and release with the public, not behind closed doors. So the Service Canada Labs team has been focused on building our platform so that product teams can engage with our users out in the open on an ongoing basis. Back in March, our product team kicked off with this question: how might we create an engaging and welcoming experience to build a relationship of trust so that our users participate in designing, building, and testing our Service Canada digital channel? We set to work to address this challenge, of course, against the backdrop of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we had to work within the virtual space available to us and the constraints that brought. We knew we needed to find a way to reach more people and those further from opportunity, especially, to do user research and usability testing. At Employment and Social Development Canada, the department I work for, this function is usually contracted out to vendors, making the work more expensive and adding more layers between us and the people we serve. We saw an opportunity to change that. We wanted open and direct dialogue with our users, a real feedback loop. But we face a few challenges to do that. First, we don't yet have a fair and equitable mechanism in our financial policies to compensate users for their time. Currently, we require a social insurance number to send a participant a taxable check in the mail. We're working through some of these challenges to unlock new mechanisms for compensating user research for the whole department, not just the Service Canada Labs team. And conducting user research and usability testing in government is challenging in the best of times. But during the COVID-19 pandemic, it's become much more difficult to recruit participants and incentivize those participants to actually attend moderated research sessions. So we're competing with their time, for their time with many other priorities. We originally wanted our user research pool to look something like this. But we've learned that just because you build it doesn't mean people will come. And we launched just before the federal election here in Canada. And that meant that we swiftly went into caretaker convention and during the writ period. And so while our website could remain up and running and publicly available, we were restricted from promoting the site, doing any external communications or social media, or any stakeholder outreach outside of government. And so far, our user pool looks a lot more like this. It looks like we're staring into the mirror, looking back at ourselves as public servants in our user pool, instead of looking more like the people that we serve. And this is something that we need to fix. As of October 19th, our user pool was about 56% Government of Canada employees. But in truth, the percentage could be even higher than that, because we know that some public servants have signed up for our user research pool using their personal email addresses. We also know our teams need a place to showcase their alpha prototypes and test them out with real users. We were inspired by the Government of Canada's alpha.canada.ca and France's beta.gouv.fr. We wanted to take those models even further by inviting feedback right on our website and using the prototypes available there to get people excited about signing up to participate in moderated user research and usability testing sessions with our teams. We also wanted to experiment with a platform that gives our users options for participation, and a platform especially that removes as many barriers as possible for people to get involved. Service Canada Labs does not use end user accounts. It's a permissionless website and a non-authenticated space. This was a bit perplexing at first to some of our stakeholders who wondered how we would manage participants without asking them to sign up into an account. But our priority was to reduce barriers and make the sign-up process quick and easy. It has had the added benefit for us of making our security and privacy considerations more simple by not having end user accounts. So instead of asking participants to create an account and log in every time they visit the site, we just made everything on the website open and publicly available by default. By removing this largest barrier of all, we were trying to do the hard work on our end of getting all necessary approvals and permissions to showcase prototypes publicly and making it easy for anyone to come and check them out, provide feedback, and add themselves to our user research pool. So you can do the following things without giving over any personal information. You can try out the prototypes, and soon you'll be able to provide anonymous feedback on them right from the website. To sign up to get notified to attend user research sessions, you just have to give us your email address, your language preference, and we need to know your age range within a 3-year range. So we launched the site on July 30th with the most simple and straightforward site we could muster, but we wanted to add value right away. So we launched with a landing page, an About Us page, a Report a Problem feature, our catalog of prototypes, a test site disclaimer, a sign-up form, a privacy policy page, and an unsubscribe feature, as well as Adobe Analytics. We knew that there was more we wanted to do, more the team could do, but releasing early was not about flexing our design and development muscles or showing off. It was about getting something out the door that works and then continuing to build out our roadmap from there and doing so in a sustainable way for the team. So this is our custom-built sign-up form. It is itty-bitty tiny probably on your screen, but this is just to give you an idea of one of the pages of the site. Most of the questions are optional, and that's to help ensure that we're engaging with a diverse group of people and connecting them to the right product teams building and testing services to meet their needs. And here is our projects page for exploring and testing our prototypes. We took inspiration from our project cards from the Canadian Digital Service website to create a simple and easy design and to reuse designs and patterns that are already out there in the Government of Canada. Service Canada Labs was designed and built in-house by Service Canada staff and talent. We were assigned a second product team after we launched the service, and within 4 weeks, we actually wrapped them up and offboarded them. So you might be asking, why would we do that? Well, we had a couple of good reasons. Number one, we already had the skills on the team to do the work. And we also had a well-developed roadmap to keep us on track. But maybe most importantly, we had the values and principles of the public service driving us. Good stewardship of public funds, respect for the people we serve. And at the end of the day, many consultants have different values. They need to make profits, please shareholders, and renew contracts. So we're proud to be able to show our department and others across the Government of Canada that an empowered team from inside government can build a platform ahead of schedule, on budget, and while adding value with every release, and do so without consultants. So next steps. We launched the site July 30th, but as I always say to the team and all of our stakeholders, going live is just the beginning of our story. We're keeping our multidisciplinary team together and supported to continue building this user research and prototyping platform, and to improve it and scale it beyond its current scope. We plan to implement a custom feedback widget to collect qualitative feedback on prototypes, and we can unlock greater insights through implementation of Adobe Target for A/B testing, and through the use of software called Qualtrics to manage our user research pool. We need to continue to grow and diversify our user research pool by promoting the site more publicly, while also recognizing that this website is just one door through which people can engage with Service Canada and sign up to participate. Most importantly, in order to live the digital standards and truly work in the open, we need a public-facing blog. I was a political journalist for 10 years before I joined the Government of Canada. I covered every level of government, from City Council to Parliament Hill. If we want to build trust with the public we serve and bring them along the process in a meaningful way, we need a communications platform where we can show the work and the thinking behind our services, be held accountable, and get people excited about helping us change the way we design and deliver benefits and services. You can get involved in Service Canada Labs in a number of ways. You can check out our website, test out the prototypes for yourselves, and give us your feedback. You can also connect with us on GitHub, reuse our open source code, and build your own platform if you like. And if you are someone or you know someone who would be interested in joining our user research pool, we welcome you to sign up and get even more involved. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Yael, and best of luck in your new ventures. I'm glad we caught you at the tail end of this as a way of sort of concluding all your work, but it's fantastic to see us finding ways to actually experiment like that.
Thanks so much, Alistair. I'm excited to see the baton get passed on to a new product manager and to see the team continue to do great things.